Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Maria. I had VSG surgery on 1/23/24 with Dr. Brian Benetti at Northern Dutchess Hospital. I am currently doing laundry at the laundromat and it is fucking hot. We've got iced coffee from Quick Check. I knew pre-op that I didn't like their coffee with sucralose, which is my sweetener of choice. It's also, I get liquid sucralose because it doesn't have fillers like the yellow packets or the Splendas that have fillers to make it a powder. Anyway, so I knew I didn't like a pre-op, and it's so hot, I was like, I'm gonna give the iced coffee a shot with the liquid sucralose, and it's still not that great. But it's hot, and we're desperate because we're gonna drink it. At least a little bit. There's no way I'm drinking this whole thing. It's 20 ounces. Like, not that it's all 20 ounces of coffee because the majority of it is ice. But anyway, as you can see, I'm hot. I'm hot. When did y'all start getting cold after weight loss? I'm down 60 pounds and still not cold. I want that. I want that in my life. I want to be cold all the time. I am done with this. Like, I am hot all the time, and apparently part of it might be my SSRIs, but even before I was taking my SSRIs years ago, that I always got hot very easily. So, like, in my purse right now, I have not one, but 2 fans. I have a hand fan, and I got this sucker. Don't knock it till you try it. It's really, obviously I got it because, like, hey, when I'm really hot, like, I can just put it on, because I'll get, like, really hot in, like, stores and things like that, blah, blah, blah. But, also, if you're on a walk and you want the gnats off of you, just put it on the low setting, and it's enough of a breeze that the gnats can't, like, fly through, so you have a little barrier. It's nice that way. Anyway, so, in this video, I wanted to talk about why I got fat, how I got fat. It's not really a why, it's more of a how, because it's not like I chose to do this. So, the long and short of it is, I grew up poor with next to no nutritional education, and I have PTSD that I've been in recovery from. Not that you're ever fully over it, but, you know, working through things. Anyway, so, I'm going to, push my seat back so it looked a little better. Anyway, so I grew up on the system. It was my womb donor, myself, and my 3 younger sisters. There were 4 of us, all within 3 years. It was good times, so. So we grew up on the system, WIC, food stamps, that's what it was back then, like, you know, like the paper, everything. Anyway, so we ate what we could get. You know, my womb donor wasn't concerned about, like, teaching us nutrition or anything like that, and I absolutely understand. Like, when you are that poor and that is your sole resource for food, you get what you get, you know, like, you do what you have to make that money stretch as far as possible for a family of 5, you know. In high school, in junior high, I had a health class, and in senior high, I had a health class, and there may have been, like, a day on, like, nutrition, nothing major. I ran cross country and track on and off in high school and junior high and high school, I should say. The only thing my junior high coach ever mentioned about nutrition was you should carbo load before a meet. Didn't really explain what that meant, but I was like, hey, we eat pasta, like, every night, so check. In case you were wondering, I was pretty much on the team for moral support because I was a slow as fuck runner. That never improved. So, that was my upbringing. I get married to my husband and I'm 20. He does not have nutritional information, education really either. We're from the same town, so we got the same high school education. But it was a little different. Like, I don't really, like, he complains even to this day, almost 20 years later, to this day, he complains about having to eat chicken for dinner and how he hates chicken. Because his mom always made chicken. And when he does like chicken, it has to be dry as fuck. And yeah, which is not how I like chicken, even before surgery. After surgery, dry chicken will probably fucking kill me, you know? But anyway, so we are the blind leading the blind. We don't know anything about nutrition. We don't know anything about budgeting. We don't know anything about meal planning. Nothing. But I'm 20, he's 23. We think we've got it all figured out, you know? Because that's what you think in your 20s. So, there were so many nights where dinner was just 2 boxes of, like, Velveeta macaroni and cheese. So, you know, that led to weight gain. I was $120 when I graduated high school. And, you know, because poverty, not a lot of food access. So, you know, 2 of my meals during the school year came from the school, the free breakfast and the free lunch. When I was 18, I got a job and a car. And that allowed me the freedom to start buying my own food when I wanted. Outside of anything I was contributing towards the household, because God forbid my womb donor adult and get a fucking job, but that's a whole other thing. So when I would close, because I worked at the mall back then, the mall was a thriving industry back then. When I worked at the mall, a lot of times I would close, you know, and so that has me leaving like almost 10 o'clock at night, and Wendy's was right there, and I would just stop by Wendy's and get some food because, yeah, I could eat, you know. And so that didn't stop anytime soon. 23, I get knocked up accidentally. She was complete whoops. At this point, I've tried different diets, but nothing that actually instilled any nutritional knowledge. You know, like Weight Watchers, it's how much can I eat for the littlest points. Or, you know, oh, I won't eat all day and I'll save all my points for dinner because we're going out. Or the grapefruit diet. You know, nothing that actually, like, teaches you anything. Just all the bullshit shit from back in the early 2000s. And, so I knew, one of the things I knew was I needed to eat more nutritious food for my baby. So I would have, like, a bag of mixed vegetables at lunch, or like a salad. You know, I really tried to help be the best pregnant person, nutrition-wise, as much as I could be, because I had started my new job, and I also was taking 12 courses at night school at one of the local community colleges. So that was hard to work around, trying to eat trying to eat nutritiously. I only gained 20 pounds during my pregnancy. I think I was in the 190s when I got pregnant. So that's, you know, a substantial amount of weight to gain. But my OB didn't want me to gain any weight because I was already overweight. And she said, the more overweight you are, the less room there is in the birth canal. Which, okay, that makes sense. But I gained 20 pounds, which is a normal amount to gain during a pregnancy. But again, she didn't want me to gain any, but that was not something I was able to do, because up until that point, I was never really able to lose any weight on those stupid diets I was doing. And then the kid comes, and I have this complete freak out about being a terrible mom, like my womb donor. So I start therapy. And I remember this clear as day. My first session with that therapist, I just sobbed the entire time because I was so stressed and overwhelmed by the whole thing. Just being a parent. Like, and my kid was only, like, she was a baby. Like, a couple months old, maybe. So, so I get on, I call them happy pills. I know some people take that as a derogatory term or they take offense to it. No offense. I'm not trying to offend anyone. If I do, I apologize. I call them my happy pills. I don't remember which ones they were back then, but, so we started that. Obviously, we started birth control because we're not having another kid. Nope. At that point, we did want more kids, but obviously not right then. So, and both birth control and happy pills can lead to weight gain. So that was expected. But what I truly, truly think, obviously the lack of food education played a big part. But another thing that played an even bigger part was me healing from my childhood, from my abusive childhood, which is where I got the PTSD from. And so that started around the time I got married. Breaking out of that cycle, trying to break off altogether, and then going to therapy and actually fucking addressing shit. And I haven't done any deep dive on this with like peer-reviewed journals or anything, but the theory is that I've read, is while you are recovering from a trauma, your body will do what it can to protect you. So first off, your brain is actively suppressing memories, and that takes energy. And so your body is trying to comfort you while also getting enough calories in to continue to suppress those memories, which leads you to overeat and eat the really like high calorie, low nutrition foods because it wants the calories to continue to make you happy and be forgetful as Dory. So, I truly do think that is like the big playing factor. You know, in the beginning, it was part, like, so before I had my kid, a little bit of that, you know, because I was working on cutting off that family, getting out of that cycle and everything, and that takes a lot. That takes a lot. So, but then in the beginning, a lot of it just came down to lack of knowledge. You know, this was the early mid-2000s when I got married in 2005. So, you know, the access to nutritional information and influencers even wasn't anywhere like it is today. Like, YouTube was just for makeup tutorials, you know? So, so yeah. So, like I said in the beginning of the video, it pretty much comes down to the lack of education and recovering from my trauma. But I think the latter, and me gaining the most weight, which was about 100 pounds, was trauma healing. So, yeah. I mean, that's it, guys. That's my theory. There's really no way to test this theory, you know. I will, if you've watched my why I got weight loss surgery video, you know, because of my unicorn uterus, I will always be on birth control pills until menopause. And because of my womb donor, I will always, ooh, my laundry's done. I will always be on happy pills of some sort. I'm currently on an SSRI. So, when I first started, they were more equally like half antidepressant, half antidepression, or anti-anxiety, antidepression. Now it's a little more anxiety, less depression. But anyway, so those are, that's it. We've got, that's what I have for you guys. It's not, I I don't want to say it's anything like not enlightening, because I do think that people underestimate what happens when you are recovering from trauma and the power that has in your life. But yeah, so my laundry is done in the washer. I have to go put it in the dryer, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.